Have you ever shared something painful, something real, and walked away feeling worse than before you spoke? You didn't need cheering up. You needed to be heard, and instead you just stay positive. I'm Andrea Putting, host of Chocolate and Coffee Break, a compassionate proposition. And today I want to talk about something that doesn't get called out enough: toxic positivity, and why it's quietly making us loneliness. We live in a world that worships good vibes, vision boards, gratitude journals. Everything happens for a reason. And look, I'm not against any of these things. Gratitude is powerful. Hope matters. But somewhere along the way, we started using positivity as a way to avoid each other's pain. Instead of sitting with someone in a hard moment, we rush them out of it. Look on the bright side. At least it's not worse. You'll get through this. You're so strong. It feels kind. It sounds kind, but often it isn't. Over 600 conversations, I've learned the difference. And once you see it, you can't unsee it, and you can't unfeel it. Toxic positivity dismisses real experience. When someone shares their pain and we respond with a silver lining, what we're actually saying without meaning to is, your feelings are a problem to be solved, not witnessed, not held, solved. And people feel that people feel that. They feel the rush, they feel the discomfort underneath our cheerfulness, and they learn quietly over time that this is not a safe place to be honest. That's the cost, not just for them, for the relationship. It shows up everywhere. Toxic positivity isn't just in the big moments, it lives in the small ones. A friend loses their jobs and you say, this could be a great opportunity. A colleague is exhausted and you say, at least you have a job. Someone is grieving and you say, they're in a better place now. None of those responses are wrong, but they're all exits. They're ways of moving away from someone's pain rather than towards it. And we do it because sitting with discomfort, someone else's discomfort, is genuinely hard. We want to help, so we fix, but fixing isn't always the same as helping. We do it because we care and because we're uncomfortable. Here's the thing I want to be clear about. People who default to toxic positivity are not bad people. They're usually deeply caring people who don't know what else to do. We haven't been taught how to sit with pain. We've been taught to solve it, reframe it, or remove it. And when someone we love is hurting, our instinct is to make it stop. So we reach for the nearest tool we have, which is often reassurance that everything will be okay. But what the other person often needs to hear first is simply, I see you. This is hard. I'm here. That's it. How simple is that? If this is resonating, if you've been on either end of this, I'd love you to explore these conversations further on my show. Chocolate and Coffee Break. Every week I sit with someone extraordinary and we go exactly here into the real, the difficult, the deeply human. The link is in the description. Come sit with us and bring your chocolate and your favorite brew. Now, real compassion requires presence, not performance. Compassionate listening looks different from what most of us were taught. Real compassion requires presence, not performance. Compassionate listening looks different from what most of us were taught. It's slower, it's quieter, it asks questions instead of offering answers. It tolerates silence. It says, "Tell me more," when every instinct says, "Let me fix this." I've watched people physically relax in conversation when they truly realize, that no one is trying to move them along, that they're allowed to be exactly where they are. That is a gift, and it costs nothing except your willingness to stay present. Remember, that can make a big difference. Now, what to say instead? So, if not look on the bright side, then what? A few things that actually work. That sounds really hard. I can understand why you feel that way. I don't have the right words, but I'm here. Or sometimes just this: do you want me to listen, or do you want me to help you solve the problem? That question alone changes everything, because it hands the other person back their agency. It says, I'm following your lead, not my discomfort. Meaningful conversations don't happen automatically, and compassionate ones even less so. But what I know after 600 conversations with people who have been through extraordinarily difficult things is that the most healing moments rarely come from the right words. They come from the right presence. Someone who didn't rush you, who didn't hand you a silver lining when what you needed was a hand to hold, who sat with you in the hard place and said, without words, "You are not alone in this." Chocolate, coffee, and a conversation with someone who actually listens. That's the alternative to toxic positivity, and it's available to us all right now. How simple is that? So until next time, let love be the loudest voice.